Today I'm going to unbox and review the HP Spectre 360. I had the opportunity this year to attend E3 as part of the Crystal Dynamics Xbox Tomb Raider Fan Ambassador program, and I knew I needed something more powerful than my iPad Air to power my coverage throughout the event. I looked at a ton of laptops, but I wasn't finding what I was looking for until I heard about the HP Spectre 360. I received a Spectre on loan from HP to give the laptop a review and a stress test through E3, a major video game event. I'll start with the unboxing and then talk about the Spectre in more detail. The Spectre is minimally branded, and because it's so stylish, several people at E3 mistook it for an Apple MacBook. When they found out it wasn't HP, it totally made sense to them as they recalled their own experience with HP as a high-quality brand. Here we have the outer shipping box of the laptop. Opening the box, we have two pieces of foam securely holding the inner packaging box, keeping the laptop completely safe during shipping. Let's go ahead and unbox the Spectre 360. The box that it comes in is quite nice. It's sturdy and it's very classy. The lid of the box has foam to protect the Spectre. Just taking a quick look at the ports here, we'll talk about those in a bit more detail. Taking a look at the bottom, we'll talk about that more as well. Let's take a look at the accessory box here. We have a fairly standard laptop power supply. We'll talk about that in more detail in a moment. We have a booklet with a quick tour and quick setup information to get you started. We also have a cloth to wipe the Spectre's glossy screen. That will come in very handy. So the Spectre is nicely wrapped with a clear cellophane wrap. The Spectre is both lightweight and it has a satisfying weight to it. And there is a nice indent on the front of the laptop where you can lift the screen to open the laptop. There's a sheet to protect the keyboard and screen during shipping. And here it is, the Spectre 360. Also included with the Spectre was a stretchy cloth sleeve. This sleeve obviously won't protect the laptop if you drop it or bang it, but it's perfect for when traveling or even storing the laptop to prevent the laptop from being scratched and to keep dust and hair away from the laptop. So just a really quick look at this, we're going to plug in the laptop for the first time. We have the standard power cords for a laptop. We have the 3-prong outlet that goes into the wall socket. And we have the plug that goes into the left side of the laptop. And also on the left side is the laptop's power button. Just press that to turn it on. And I'm just going to flip the laptop into the tablet mode. And we're ready to go. The Spectre has a power indicator that is orange when charging and white when finished. The Spectre screen is an incredibly bright, incredibly vibrant 13-inch 1920 by 1080 touchscreen. On the go at E3, I always found that I had enough screen real estate for working with design applications such as Photoshop, which is not something that you get with other laptops of this size. This image is not a mock-up and it has not been adjusted in any way. This is a photo that I took. The Spectre's lit keyboard is a fantastic feature that I love and not something you find with every laptop. On the right side of the Spectre, and you can see how beautifully thin the Spectre is, just 15.9 millimeters on the hinge end, we have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, 2 USB 3 ports, and HDMI and display ports. On the left side of the Spectre, we have the power jack, a third USB 3 port, the power button, and an SD card reader. Having those 3 USB 3 ports is awesome because you can plug in a mouse plus 2 other peripherals such as a portable hard drive, a camera, your iPhone, or any other USB device. The Spectre's hinges, like everything else, are gorgeous. They're not clunky like so many other laptops. These hinges operate incredibly smoothly, and the laptop holds its position perfectly throughout the 360 degrees, no matter what angle you position it into. As usual for laptops, the Spectre comes in a variety of configurations. I tested the Intel i7 model with 8 gigs of RAM, running 64-bit Windows 8.1, which gave me a lot of processing power for video editing and rendering on the go, and compared to my usual desktop work environment, I was very impressed with the Spectre's performance. This was the 128 gig SSD model. The SSD, of course, makes for incredibly fast startup and application launch times. After the system files, this leaves you about 75 gigs. I found it a little small during E3 because I was dealing with a lot of 60 FPS 1080p video footage, but for everything else, including graphic design work, the storage is more than enough when you're on the go, especially if you have a portable USB drive. And of course, there are models that do have larger hard drives. This is me working on the Spectre on the plane. I was on a Boeing 737, and you can see that the laptop fits comfortably on the chair tray. You can see that there is glare from the window, but even that amount of glare wasn't that bad given the bright screen. And of course, if you close the window, you are really set. This is me working on the laptop in a bus between events at E3. The angle of these photos makes the laptop look a little small, but it really isn't that small. The laptop's perfect size and lightweight make it very comfortable to do some heavy work such as video editing or Photoshop work while on the go. The Spectre measures a bit less than 13 by 9 inches, and it really is the perfect size. This is my Timbuktu shoulder bag, and you can see that the laptop fits perfectly into the laptop area of this bag. At E3, I had a whole bunch of other stuff that fit in here as well. My Canon G9, my Canon Vixia 600, a Tascam, a shotgun mic, my iPad Air, a mouse, and a bunch of other stuff. So you can see that the Spectre fits beautifully into a shoulder bag of this size, which is a pretty standard size. There's a few last things I want to mention about the Spectre. As with any laptop, the Spectre will get warm, but I found that even when doing video editing and rendering, the Spectre didn't get too hot and it didn't get noisy. It mostly runs quite quietly. The Spectre has excellent battery life, and it easily lasted me through each day's work at E3. It's not easy to find a laptop with a good trackpad, but the Spectre's trackpad was better than all of the other laptops I spent hours trying at the store, and I really love the Spectre's keyboard as well. The last thing I want to mention is that the 4 rubber feet on the bottom of the Spectre are perfect for giving the laptop a grip on any smooth work surface. I've tried to keep this unboxing and review fairly concise and not too long, so if there's any details I've missed, let me know and I'll be glad to give you my opinion about them. Overall, I had an excellent experience with the Spectre, and I would absolutely recommend it. The Spectre is a spectacular and beautiful piece of engineering, with power, speed, and amazing flexibility, as an incredibly lightweight, perfectly sized 1080p Windows 8 360-degree touchscreen laptop.